Hello, my name is Jonas, and today we'll be demoing our software and script solution called Krokvik that is currently in development. The purpose of Krokvik is to generate finished house meshes from color-coded 2D stencils, bypassing the need for lengthy 3D modeling work, as well as UV mapping and texturing when creating house models. As well as helping veteran 3D artists save a lot of time, this will also substantially reduce training time for new employees, since all work will be taking place in MS Paint instead of in a complex 3D modeling solution. To do this, we're using Blender, but the same process can be adapted for many different 3D solutions. Alright, let's get started. First, let's go over the components that we need to do this. We have the Krokvik app. Forgive the poor GUI, it's still in its early stages. Secondly, we have an instance of Blender with our script ready to run. And the third component is the one that we're going to be creating today, which is the 2D stencil. We also have the output folder up here, and this is the folder where the finished .blend will appear once the script is run. Alright, let's begin building our stencil. I have a pre-prepared 2D stencil.png file up here that I'm going to open in MS Paint. Alright, so once in here, you can see that we have a color code here on the side and a finished stencil here. This stencil will, if we run it through the Krokvik app, output a finished 3D model. But we want to draw our own and not use the one that we had. So let's pay attention to the colors here. This orange is the exterior wall corner. This denotes a corner on the exterior walls. This color is the exterior wall corner support. I will explain this in detail in a moment. This green denotes an interior wall corner. This blue denotes a window. This black denotes a door. So let's get started. So I'm going to select a neutral gray for my walls. I'm going to select the brush size of 1, and I'm going to start drawing my house. Now, I'm going to draw a upside down L shape for this house. But the shape of the house is not important. You can draw a house whatever way you want, and our software will figure out the structure of the house and draw a finished model of it. Alright, so I have my exterior walls drawn. Now I'm going to begin drawing my interior walls with offset. This offset here equals to 30 centimeters, which will be the thickness of my exterior walls. As you can see, this is far simpler than working in a 3D modeling application. There. I now have my interior walls drawn, but I think this looks a bit dull. Just having one room is not that interesting, so I'm going to draw interior wall as well. But this time, it's only going to be 20 centimeters thick. There we go. So now that we have our finished shape, we need to color code it to make sure that the Krokvik app can pick up on what is what essentially in the image. So I'm going to begin with exterior wall corners. I'm going to put this color in each corner of the exterior walls. There we go. Then I'm going to apply one support for the exterior walls. And this is the one I was gonna talk more about. So our script requires that each exterior walls have a corresponding interior wall at its offset. If you don't have an interior wall at that offset, you need to provide a support point so the script knows what to do. Since we have an L shape, we have one of those corners here. So I'm going to put a support there. Now the script will know what to do with this corner. Then I'm going to move on to the interior walls. I'm going to mark each interior wall with this color. There we go. Now that we have all the walls marked, we want to add some things to it to make it a bit more interesting. Let's start with doors. I'm going to put my door here, my exterior door here. I'm going to put an interior door here. This one's going to be a bit smaller than the exterior door, but that's fine. Then I want to add some windows, because this looks a bit dull to me. Let's add a large sized window here. A couple of small windows on this side. What the hell, let's add one more. Oops. There we go. Let's add a window over here as well. The size of the windows and doors do not need to be constant throughout the painting, as the script reads these dynamically based on their position in the image and not by any set determined size. Alright, we now have our finished stencil. So all there's left to do now is remove the color code. There we go. I'm now going to save the image, close MS Paint. Now I'm going to head over to the Krokvik app. And here we have all our settings. So we have selected the 2D stencil as our file path here. We have said that we want to save this as an Egyptian house, because that is the style that we will be using today. We have set what ceiling height we want, what roof height we want, what the roof lip height we want. We also need to tell the software how thick our exterior walls are and how thick our interior walls are. We also have our window ground offset and the window height. And the same thing for the doors. For the sake of this explanation, or demoing rather, these are all correct. And the same thing with these settings. They're all where I want them. So when everything is set, the only thing left to do is read the stencil. Success! So here you can see that it found our nodes that we just added to our stencil, which shows us that the stencil was read correctly and can now be used in our script in Blender. So with that done, let's run our script. There we go. As you can see, our Egyptian house 01.blend has just appeared. Now we can open this normally in Blender. Just gonna run the script to clean the file. Let's save the file real quick. And here's the house we just painted. You see the 3 windows that are on this side, the large window on this side, the very large exterior door, smaller window, and if we remove the ceiling and the roof, we can see that the interior is drawn as well, along with our interior door here. A point to note is that Krokvik also generates a correct UV map from its geometry. So if we open this up, go over to the UV editor, we can see here that the UV map has been generated and positioned correctly. Also note that the geometry is almost flawless. Alright, so this is our generated model. We also have automatic material assignment and a standard rendering setup. So what we can do here, if we jump to camera and turn on rendered view, you can see our result in just a moment. Here we go. As you can see, the house is fully complete. In essence, a finished asset that can be exported or used in a rendering scene within Blender itself. That is it for this presentation. Thank you for watching.